LGBT community in Germany. Homosexuality in Germany has been characterized, especially during the Nazi persecution and 2 decades after the creation of the Federal Republic of Germany, by discriminatory legislation and persecution. Germany is the origin of the LGBT movement in the first decades of the 20th century, years in which a flourishing gay and lesbian subculture was created, which will have a great influence on the later LGBT movements. A perspective of German LGBT history can be seen in the Eschwolf Museum in Berlin, a unique institution in the world dedicated to the conservation and dissemination of LGBT history. First, classification. The 7% of Germany population is part of the LGBT community. If we can look at the next pie chart, now the 8% of men in Germany are gay, the 5% of women are lesbian, the 7% are bisexual, and the 3% are transgender. One possible reason for this could be because in Germany there are too many opportunities for them to succeed and to have a normal and good life.
Legalization of homosexual rights. Last few years, Europe has given a boost to the defense of collective rights in its territory in which there are disparate situations. Equal marriage and adoption to homosexual couples was approved by the Bundestag on June 30 in 2017. LGBT community is supported by a big part of society. As we can see in the graph, the gay marriage is accepted by the 65% of the total Germany society, and the 53% agree with the civil union. Furthermore, the 57 Germans are not against with the adoption. Even the range of the tolerance is so high that the 79 of the society could imagine a homosexual politician. This means that to the majority of people don't matter about the sexual condition of any person. The most important thing is to support them and avoid the gender conflicts. This figure represents that Germany has one of the highest percentage in terms of the rights of this community in Europe.
About homophobia, some reports of violence against homosexuals coincide in pointing out that more than a third of the attacks are carried out by immigrants, especially young people, and children of Russian and Turkish immigrants. All of them are especially homophobic. For that reason, the number of crimes against gays and lesbians in Germany has increased by almost a third in the past year. As we can see in the graph, in the first half of 2 years ago, from January 1st to July 28, there were 138 crimes reported connected with the victim's sexual orientation. Over the same period last year, 165 crimes of the same nature were reported. That represents an increase of roughly 27%. This could be because of a lack of action by politicians, police, and schools to blame. On the other hand, clearly we can appreciate that 90 of the 165 cases of violent gender registered in last year were physical assault, 50 psychological assault, and 25 were harassment.
LGBT shelters. German asylum law stipulates that LGBT refugees are entitled to asylum if they can demonstrate that they have been persecuted in their home country due to their sexual orientation, and if they are in danger of being physically hurt, killed, imprisoned, prosecuted, or being exposed to humiliating or inhuman treatment or punishment. A severe violation of basic human rights. For example, discrimination in access to education or healthcare or existential job-related or even economic restrictions is also an act of persecution. According to LSBD, the Federation of Lesbians and Gays of Germany, there were 95 cases of violence against LGBT people between August and December in 2015, mainly in accommodation for applicants and asylum seekers.
There is another important topic about LGBT community, and is the Christopher Street Day. That is an annual European LGBT celebration and demonstration held in various cities across Europe for the rights of LGBT people and against discrimination and exclusion. It is Germany's and Switzerland's counterpart to Gay Pride or Pride parades. This graph indicates the number of visitors to the events for Christopher Street Day in 2017 and 2018.
Finally, Germany ideated LGBT pages from Germany's National Terms Office, which hopes to help convey the richness and variety of exciting experiences available to LGBT visitors in Germany. The community can find different activities such as culture, events related to gay culture, hotels, and guides to travel around Germany.